From the Shack podcast is sponsored by Thermapen. Designed for chefs and loved by home cooks worldwide, Thermapen ensures perfectly cooked food every single time. With its unrivaled speed and accuracy, sleek waterproof design, and a 5-year guarantee, Thermapen is certified to perfect every roast, bake, barbecue and steak. Myself and Dec highly recommend Thermapen as it's the only food thermometer that we use at home as well as when we're cooking at our pop-ups. So cook to temp and not time and enjoy the episode. Welcome everyone to episode 7.
Episode 7.
Episode 7 of the Shack. This is a bit of an impromptu episode. We are currently sat in the marquee, should I say, where this is the butcher's block that was going to be used by the butchers for the Big BBQ Community Cookout. We've had to postpone it from today to next Saturday.
I mean, we can see why.
We made the right decision. Behind the camera, if I remember, I'll post some pictures up of the damage that the wind has caused. And it's not ideal. So a lot of panels have blew off the marquee. The doors have blown open and just like...
you can probably hear the rain, to be honest. You can probably hear the rain. You can probably hear the wind. It's
So we're here now and we just thought we'd do an episode on this. We do have the Sizzle Fest episode, which we're going to record today as well, which will be released in a couple of weeks. But yeah, should we do it?
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is we'll do usual format, so notable cooks, and then we'll talk about kind of the fallout from having to postpone, which is not ideal. Yeah, let's give it a go. Notable cooks, mate. What have you been cooking?
Notable cooks.
We're not going to be able to record here. You're not going to hear us.
Nothing.
No. 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 It's louder than us.
It is loud.
They're not going to be able to hear what I say.
It's very, very loud, that.
There. Do we... I don't know what to do. I'm not going to be able to hear us.
Nothing.
Nope. Okay, so apologies about that. As you can see, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, we are in a different background. It started to rain and wind
Very heavily.
and you just couldn't hear what in the marquee.
So we get what?
Hence, we made the 100% the right decision because we were supposed to have demos in there and things like that. And then lo and behold, you won't be able to see it, but we come in the office, we look out the window.
It's now sunny.
It's glorious. But it won't last. It's forecast to be windy again. So yeah, I can't remember where we were up to. Well, basically, we made the decision to cancel. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the vendors that unfortunately can't make the new date, when the new date is, and some stand-ins that we've got. So we've still got a pretty awesome event to chat about and look forward to.
Definitely.
But I think before that, should we talk about our notable cooks?
Notable cooks, yeah.
Yeah, you go first.
So my notable cook was a Mexican smash burger.
Yep.
So I got sent some seasonings from South Downs Seasonings.
Mm-hmm.
So I used their Mexican one, mixed it with some beef mince, added a bit of chopped chilies in there.
Yeah.
Mixed up, smash burger, so it's like 20% mince, fat mince.
Yeah.
Smashed it down, got a bit of colour on both sides. And then I went with 2 different types of cheese. I went with a cheddar and then a plastic cheese.
I love mixing up my cheese on burgers.
Yeah, quite liking it, to be honest, because they've got totally different textures, haven't they? So
yeah.
We've got the American cheese, which is like plastic cheese, which is again is a must for burgers, but then also again with a bit of a sharp cheddar, which was good. And then I had guacamole, salsa, sour cream, even had some tortilla crisps on there on top.
Very nice.
In a brioche bun. Yeah, it was banging, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
really, really good. Yeah.
I've done a few burgers as well, but we'll talk about them in the next episode, I think.
Yeah. So.
But no, burgers. We hash on about burgers probably every episode.
Yeah, I think they're worth it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I have a weekly burger. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I need to get back to cooking more out of the Beefy Boys book because I've not cooked a few out of the beef. I haven't cooked out of the Beefy Boys book for a while. But it is so good. So I need to get back to doing it.
I think you're back on the train more than I am. I've been super busy here. This is my office at the farm. I'm actually sat in the operations manager's chair currently speaking to you. So sorry about that, David. We have borrowed your desk. But yeah, I think I've been cooking loads, but not at home.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't been cooking much, to be honest. It's.
You've been in London a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been down in London quite a bit. To be honest, I might as well
Segue.
segue this. Might as well, mightn't I? When I was in London,
Been eating like a king.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been going to some good places like while I'm there, but I decided to have a trip to Sagadi.
Yeah. Which we mentioned at the Meatopia episode.
Yeah, I just couldn't not, like.
Yeah.
It was just, honestly, I mean, if we can get the pictures on for this, I've got some good photos.
Yeah, send them to me and I'll get them up. We've purposely left a big gap here. You've probably noticed we're not sat as close to each other. It's not because we fell out. We purposely left a big gap here so we can do some images in between, kind of like what Underseason do.
Yeah.
Copy them guys, because they're smashing it. Why not? If it works, nick it.
So, yeah, you go there. They offer you 2 different types of steak. So they give you like let me just get the exact names of it up. So 1 second. So they offer you 2 different types of steak.
So was the one that we had at Meatopia, was that there? Or was it?
I'm not quite sure.
Is that kind of
which
what just
ones,
something
I'm
they
not
did?
just quite sure which one's which. So basically they offer you a Tuxleton? What are they called? Tuxleton? Whatever.
How are you spelling it?
Tuxleton.
TXUL.
Tulexton.
Slutton?
Well, anyway, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Vaca,
Okay.
which is a matured beef steak,
Mm-hmm.
and it's £9.50 per 100 gram. Okay. And then the second one was premium matured beef steak,
Right.
which was £13.50 for 100 gram.
So nondescript.
So not very descript. They are just from sort of specific bast cows.
You know it's going to be good.
Some of them were younger, and I think like the more aged one was an older older cam. We went with the matured version, the premium version, and they basically, there's on a board, there's pretty much all the sizes of steaks, and they're all like big massive ribs basically, so they're just a big rib. And we had like a kilo one to share, so we just basically said obviously as it comes, and then you get a few sides. So the sides we went with was twice cooked wedges, and a Basque butternut squash ratatouille with a creamy Swiss chard au gratin. So the creamy Swiss chard au gratin was very, very similar to cream spinach, but they must have had like some sort of cheese on top, which was like maybe a bit more like a blue cheese.
All right, okay.
Maybe so it's a little bit strong. So you sort of almost got a bit of blue cheese flavour through the actual through it. It was like almost like a creamy.
Well, I'm assuming because you get potato gratin, don't you? So I'm assuming that's a take on that. They're just replacing the potato. So that will be a roux.
I just
cream,
think it's a roux.
And cheese.
And cheese on top and bacon.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then the Basque butternut squash ratatouille was just chopped up, lots of chopped up vegetables, obviously in a bit of a tomato base. Again, obviously baked off. Yeah. Obviously the chips, again, they were just twice cooked wedges, so
nice.
They'd just been fluffed up, got them nice, and then probably baked
deep fried them.
Or deep fried them, either or.
Get that crisp. You're not going to get a better crisp than deep frying. That's just fact.
But I mean, I'll show you. I'll show you. Obviously, everyone will be able to see. So I mean, that was the steak.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
So I mean, it was like cooked to perfection.
Yeah.
That was perfection.
That's edge to edge, like the same.
It was beautiful, mate.
And are they cooking over charcoal in the restaurant as well?
Just over charcoal. All they do is salt the meat. Salt the meat.
Heavily salt.
Heavily. Like, I mean, when I say heavily, it's like they might as well bath.
Meatopia, he had
bath in it.
One of the Malden, but it was the trade buckets. And he was just grabbing handfuls and just and you could hear all the salt hitting the thing.
And that's literally what they did.
Yeah.
So it comes out, and as you can see, you get your sides around. So that was the sort of the
gratin thing. Yeah.
And then obviously your wedges again.
Yeah, a little nice
colour on it.
Yeah.
Very crispy, fluffy inside.
Yeah.
So we had a bottle of red wine with it as well.
Nice.
So it's banging.
It's getting all a bit upper class, isn't it?
Banging, to be fair. and then for we had a pudding because I thought I'm having a pudding.
Yeah.
So I had a Basque burnt cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
So Basque burnt cheesecake with like blackberry sauce.
Right. Yeah.
It's mate.
Nice.
It's unbelievable.
It does look nice.
I just can't explain to everyone how good it was.
cheesecake is something like is something I want to do, but and I want to do that. And another take on it, which is a very similar thing, was that the burnt tart that I got at Stowe.
That'd be very similar to that.
Similar thing in it. The difference is it's just in a short crust pastry, but it's the same filling, I assume. It's like a set custard, isn't it?
Like a set cream custard.
Yeah, but that is definitely one. I'm going to start
sheep's milk. I think this is like a sheep's milk.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Creamy.
It's very. I mean, theirs was miles better than one I did.
Yeah.
Which weird. Really, like, actually probably annoys me a bit, like, because I've done a huge one.
Yeah.
It was never as good as theirs. Like,
yeah, but they're going to be. They probably spent weeks perfecting that. You know what I mean? They've got like chefs with the knowledge and.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
and they import a lot of. They obviously import all their ingredients from Spain, from that area of Spain.
I think we should start an online petition for restaurants like Sigardi when they're importing these like amazing foreign ingredients that we can't pronounce, especially on this podcast, as Gareth will remind us constantly.
Yeah,
that they should give how to say in English under these things.
But I did while I was there, I did notice. So I found a post when they were talking about how they do their tomatoes, and we had at Meatopia, we were saying that we had the tomato sauce.
Yeah.
And I was reading about what they did, and they basically said the Basque Country is known for its flavourful tomatoes, with several varieties originating from the region. So we're delighted when summer arrives, and we received them directly from our kitchen from farmer Pierre.
Right.
Since we opened, we've tried to source native produce and tomatoes to avoid working with intermediaries and working directly with growers. We believe this makes us a better restaurant and truly understand the process of field to plate. We do very little to them. We just serve them with some chopped seasonal Ibarra peppers, olive oil, and a bit of salt. So it's not even, like, when we were saying to it how good that tomato sauce was, but it actually, and we said this, right? We said it was peppers. Tomatoes, peppers, and just a little bit of salt, because it didn't, and olive oil. It
didn't have anything artificial like that. You know, sometimes
just
taste
good,
sauces,
like,
you can almost taste.
I struggled describing it because it was so good, and it was just like probably one of the best tomato sauces you can.
How often do you hear? Because I listen to a lot of live foodie podcasts. How often do you hear like chefs talking about like tomatoes more than any other vegetable, even though tomatoes are fruit? How they say when you get like tomatoes from like places like that or proper San Marzano and they're in season, like they don't need to do anything.
Look at that. I mean,
And
I've never seen a tomato in the UK.
Like, and then you compare them to ours, which are just, there's not much taste to ours. That's why I think we do a lot of stuff with roasting them and things, because it just intensifies it.
Yeah, there isn't much flavour to it.
Not really. They're just wet, aren't they? Really. That's why I stopped putting on my burgers years ago, because they just make your bun soggy. They're just wet. You don't taste.
No one wants a soggy bottom.
No one wants a soggy bottom. But you can't taste tomato. You know what I mean? It's just like extra moistness, which you don't need. But
like proper tomato flavour, like when it's real intensified, is amazing.
Yeah, because I always thought like beef tomatoes were supposed to be like taste really strong in flavour, and they're just not. They're just bigger. They're just. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, and it's that old age adage, and like, you know, you get what you pay for. If you want better ingredients, you've got to pay a little bit more for them.
But as I said, this for me, so good. Like, I mean, it was, yes, it was probably on the expensive side, but actually probably wasn't, considering the standard of food that you got. Yeah, you know, if I was to get one of them Galician, because that's what it basically is. It's called Rubia Galicia or something like that. Rubia Galicia, something like that. If I was to get one of them, even online, there would be probably 80 quid. Yeah. You know, for a 1 kilo, 1 kilo rib on the bone. I think 80 quid, you'd probably pay for it, maybe a bit more. Yeah. Obviously, they've dry aged it and everything. Yeah. They've sort of,
and they're buying it in bulk.
Well, they've got the butcher shop inside the restaurant. Yeah. For me, outstanding. Yeah. So I haven't got anything booked for this. I'm gonna make a conscious effort to next time I'm in London, which is very unoften. But I am going to make a conscious effort to go there after eating that steak at Meatopia. It's worth it. There is, and what's the other? There's another restaurant. It's called Ibarra, I think it's called.
Ibarra. So who was I talking to the other day?
It's the same people, by the way.
I've got a feeling it was.
I'm sure it's called Ibarra.
Clem. I was talking to. I'm sure it was Clem. And he said he knows the owner.
Is it Ibarra?
I can't remember the name, but
it's something like that.
It was. They used the same beef basically.
Or Ibai.
Might be IBAI.
Yeah.
Something like that. But they, he was saying that they used the same beef as
It's a buy.
Yeah.
It's a buy.
They used the same beef, and
it's exactly the same.
I thought I'd go there to give him a shout. So
it's a little bit more expensive, that one.
Yeah, yes,
because it's
like finer dining.
I'm pretty sure it's in the city. That is. So I mean,
yeah.
I looked at it. So I was like, I was in two minds. I was debating whether to go there.
Right.
But it was a little bit further, and I thought, I know Sicardi's really good.
Yeah.
So.
That's the thing. If you know, that's why my missus for years would call me dead boring, because I'd go to the same restaurant and I'd order the same thing.
I like to try new
just
stuff.
Because it's only in the last probably 6-7 years since cooking has become more prevalent in the things that I do, that I have started to push the water. But I used to be like, if I went to a curry house, chicken tikka bologna every time.
Yeah.
It's simple. Chicken tikka bologna. If I went to a restaurant, steak and chips, steak and potatoes.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you should say this, because I got myself in a bit of an odd situation at work, actually. So where I work, there was a cafe just sort of on the market, and it's like a greasy spoon almost. And I went in there on Thursday morning. It was like 10 o'clock. I'd not had any breakfast, and all I needed was like sausage bacon.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what you want from a greasy spoon.
Yeah.
So I'll come off site. I was like, yeah, go on in. Can I have a sausage bacon egg, please? And the guy was, I think he's from Senegal.
All right.
And he's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean, no? What do you mean, mate? So he's like, no. You need to have this chicken and rice. I'm like, what? Like, it's 10 in the morning, mate. So I'm like, I don't want chicken and rice. I just want sausage, bacon and egg. So he's, no. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. And I'm like, I just said, yeah, but it's like, it's 10 o'clock. And he's like, oh, it's near 11. I was like, it's 20 past 10, mate. So it's not like,
and it was 10 o'clock when I got in.
He's like, giving me a real hard sell. And I'm thinking, I just don't want this.
Yeah.
But I just said, yeah, just to like shut him up, like just to shut this cafe owner up. I just thought, whatever. So the next thing, I'm sat down, this massive plate. It was almost like not far off a full chicken, a plate of rice, like sticky rice, and this sort of side sauce. And I'm like, well, what on earth is this? So it's a traditional Senegalese dish called yassa chicken. So it was like a really flavorful chicken with a really crispy skin,
right?
Sticky rice, and then they have this sort of like onion broth sauce on the side. The only thing I found a bit weird about the onion broth sauce on the side, it had olives and pickled onions in.
Oh,
that's a bit of a weird.
Olives is not my vibe.
Hey, I had like 2 in.
I don't like them.
You know, it's a bit weird.
Maybe just needs to get some olives.
God. I don't know.
We're going to put these olives. I don't want to throw them away. Class.
So, I mean, obviously this huge mountain of food came out, and the bloke proceeded to just sit and stare at me in this food to see if I liked it. I was just thinking, I can't wait to tell the lads of this situation I've just got myself in again. And actually, it was pretty good, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. When I come out of there, I actually said to him, it's really good. And I come out and actually, I've had a little look online at yassa chicken. I might do a bit of recreation with that.
How does so with it being a greasy spoon, was it just like, was it roasted? Was it just in the oven, or?
I have no idea. It was really odd, like, because it was like the skin was like really crispy. So it was almost like maybe he'd roasted it and then like maybe deep fried it or something.
Right, okay, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they do that in...
I don't know. I mean, I
they do that in some Chinese restaurants. You know, like when you order like a chicken leg, it's par cooked, isn't it? Then they chill it.
It was cooked really well, like, you know, it come off the bone well, and had really crispy skin.
Especially the dark meat on chicken. If you cook that to like 73, 74, take it off, let it cool, and then you deep fry it and bring it back up, you can do that. That's how a lot of places will do chicken wings.
I'm not sure they were that big on like food hygiene and stuff like that. Like, so
might have been from
I was always like,
might have a couple of chicken left from the night before. I thought,
so actually,
this guy will eat anything.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I had to just say just to get myself something to eat. So it's actually a Senegalese style chicken with onions marinated in Dijon mustard, lemon juice, chili and ginger.
And is that what's on the chicken as well?
That's what's on the chicken, and then it basically is it's marinated with onions and a citrus base, braised in like an onion base.
Anything citrus and onion. Like, I only found this out in the last 12 months. Onion is a really good meat tenderizer.
Is it?
Like, really good.
So that's something that was pretty much similar to what it was, but I mean,
it looks nice.
I mean, it was very nice. It was different.
Yeah.
And it come like with a little pot. So maybe so yeah. Look, it does actually come with olives. So you have olives on that picture there.
Yeah. Olives are not my bad.
I just found it a bit weird with the pickled onions and stuff inside. But maybe he was trying to be a little bit chefy. So
yeah. It does look good. It's good to be fair.
It was really good. Yeah. But you put it on a pot on the side. So you basically I just spooned over some of the sauce, mixed it in, had like a sticky rice. Yeah. And then I got talking about I was asking him about Senegal. I mean, and he was saying that he was talking about doing jollof rice and stuff like that. And then I just got talking about it, and I did ask him. I said, well, what's your favourite food? Rice. I just thought
But the thing is, we're right.
He's like, so that's genuinely his favourite food was rice. I just think rice is it's a side.
Well, yeah, but then
it's the main attraction. Is rice the main attraction?
No, it's not. But I've had some really nice rice dishes. You know, when you go to a Thai, and you get you ever got sticky rice, and then you get a little pot of. It's almost clear liquid with little bits in it. And you think looks like water. It's not going to taste or anything. But then you pour it over, and it's mega. What was that one that I used to get with? I think it was called Drunken Tiger, and it was steak. Sliced fillet steak.
Oh, it's a weeping tiger steak.
Weeping tiger, that's the one. Yeah. And then you get sticky rice, and you get that little pot, and it's just a flavour war in your mouth.
Yeah, the sauce is nam jim ju.
How do you remember that? I would never remember.
I have no idea, but yeah, that's why. God knows, but I do remember it. Nam jim ju, because I've got some of it.
Nam jim ju.
We were going to do it on a pop-up.
Oh, we were, yeah, on the just with the picanha.
We were going to
another segue.
I know. We were going to do it on a pop-up.
It's like we're getting used to doing this podcast.
That's why I remember it.
This episode is brought to you in part by Alfresco Chapel, a proper barbecue showroom up north. They're the go-to stockist for all your grills, smokers and pizza ovens. They've got everything from rubs, sauces, fuels, woods, coolers, butcher's paper, you name it, they've got it. They've even got pizza dough, craft ales and frozen meats now as well. Whether you're deep into outdoor cooking or just getting started, it's well worth a visit. Head down to Market Street in Adlington or follow at Alfresco Chapel on Instagram and go and visit the showroom. You will not regret it. Big thanks to the guys for supporting the show. Now let's get into it. So mentioning picanha is a good segue because my notable cook is a picanha. Again, I've not been doing a lot of cooking at home, almost zero. And when I have, I haven't really. I've been coming home and Anna's been cooking, and it's been pastas and rice dishes and all kind of stuff, one pot stuff, because Anna works as well. But one thing we did do on the weekend just gone was the last weekend of Wild Grill for the season. There's no Wild Grill now till next March, April. And we had 2 sessions Saturday, 2 sessions on Sunday. And then because part of the Wild Grill, there's a butchery part of it, and Tom the butcher, he breaks down like a pig, or he'll break down subcarcasses of beef. It was like a demo on it. Every session, he's like, I have different cuts to play with and cook and for the banquet at the end. And I always have one of everything. So I always have a joint of beef, lamb, multiple pork, because he breaks down the full half pig, and different bits and bobs like chicken and poultry and goat, whatever. Yeah. But basically, he told me early on at the start of the month, he's like, I'm going to have 2 picanhas. He's like, do you want them? I was like, yeah, obviously.
I've got one. I've got one in the freezer. I know this sounds weird. Who has a few pots of picanha in the freezer? But I have actually got one in the freezer.
Well, he said one of them looks all right. The other one's a bit, if there's not much fat in it. I said, no, I'll have them. I'll cook them. So I saved them till the last weekend for the PM sessions. So PM Saturday, PM Sunday. And on the Saturday, I did the one that wasn't so good, didn't have much fat on it. But I got him to get a load of other beef fat and strap it to it. And then the other one on the Sunday, which is the one that I'll talk about, because that was one that just absolutely nailed it. And the people who were on the last session on Sunday were in for a treat. So they got a sirloin of beef, and they got a picanha. So they got 2 beef dishes.
I think you can get this Spanish beef put in a picanha.
Yeah.
I mean, how good would that be?
I know, yeah.
How good would that be?
Amazing. Be so good.
Think about that, that'd be so.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have a look after.
I think I might look into it, because I've got these contacts now from the farm. I might look into suppliers and see if I can get a full half Galatian beef carcass or something like that. But yeah, what I did was I was talking to Richard, who's the host, and I was like, look, I've got this picanha, I want to nail it, but I want the guests to cook it, because part of the wild grill at the end, before they eat, they come to me and I've basically got everything to a point where it's either ready to carve and serve, or it needs flashing on the grill. So
what do you do? Bring it up to about 40 degrees. So if they overcooked it, you were...
So I got it up to 42 in the smoker, and then just held it at 42. And then when they come out, I was like, right, who's brave enough? And I let them do it. And I'm like, I have to pre-warn them, because they're doing it on the Kamado. I said, it's got a nice steady heat there now. We want to finish this. We'll get some nice colour on it. I said, but as soon as you turn this onto fat side down,
it's going to be absolutely...
It's going to flare up. And they're like,
use your eyebrows.
And the lad was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, no, you need to listen to me. You need to...
So it's rendered on the top.
And I was like,
as you
I had
turn
it. You look like you're turning up for a welding job. He had like 2 big gloves.
Well, it's because it's all sort of pools on the top, all fat as it.
And then as soon as you turn
it, it's like, there goes your eyebrow.
But yeah, got it in the smoker, so it had loads of smoke flavour. Loads of smoke flavour. Because I was cooking, I brought that up at the end, so I got the smoker down to about 110, 115. I'd pre-cooked everything else, because my main focus was to nail this picanha. So I got everything cooked and was hot holding it. So I think they had a sirloin joint, they had a butterflied half leg of lamb, pork belly, which I just cooked to death in the smoker. I got that to like 92 degrees. They had some pork ribs, got everything out. Anyway, got this picanha in, loads of smoke on it. And then when they come over, I was like, right, okay, I need you to cook this. Got the lad over, opened the vents on the Kamado, lid up, and I was explaining to him, and he was just like, yeah. And I'd scored all the fat as well.
Yeah,
and I'd only salt on this, didn't put black magic on it and nothing, just salt. Yeah. And I was like, right, I said, I've got you on 2 levels. So your high level has got a deflector plate, so that's your safe zone. I said, but it's still hot. I said, and then the other grate was as low down to the coals as it would go. So it was quite a big picanha. It was like, it was on the big monolith. So it was on like the Le Chef version, a lot of room. Still would try to get it. And like the first, I just heard it behind me. I just heard, I turned around. It was two things trying to get in. I looked
trying to get it.
He was sweating.
Sometimes trying to get a picanha with the tongs is trying to get it properly.
So I had to come over and save him, and I was like, hey, just give it here. And I just grab it and put it on the top. And he was like, oh man, he was all stressed. I was like, listen, calm down. I said, it's normal. I said, don't let it stress you out.
Everyone's nearly lost their eye.
Yeah, I was like, don't let it stress you out. Enjoy it. I said, I've wanted one of you guys to do it, so you can see what it's about. And like nothing. It looks dramatic, but it's not. You've got this safe zone, so if it ever gets a little bit out of hand, put it on there. And if the flames are still coming up, just shut the lid.
Yeah.
Shut the lid. 10, 15 seconds. Open it again. The flames are gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, he kind of got on top of it, and he still had a few moments where he was like sweating. And but yeah, he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. And you just carve into it.
Yeah.
And you get into that. Your first slice is nice and pink.
Yeah.
Then your second slice is nice and pink, and the juices start to come out. And then every slice is just perfection. And Richard, who's the host, I got him to slice it because he's a butcher by trade. He's far better at slicing than I am. I can slice quite thin, but he was like, it was wafer thin.
Yeah.
Just these beautiful with a big fat cap on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing big wedges.
Mate, I was watching him cut a slice, and then he'd cut another slice. I'd take that one, and I was watching. Oh, you're dead good at this. I just kept taking.
Just eating it.
With a little bit of salt.
Just with a little bit of salt.
And it's unbelievable, actually, how we're sort of into barbecue, and we talk about barbecue, and we cook a lot of different things, and like picanha's like up there for like people who barbecue a lot. But like,
one of my favourites.
It always surprises me how when you get a group of people who have not barbecued a lot, or they're just like fair weather barbecuers, they're like, what's a picanha? And like, oh, it's like, well, it can't be that good, because otherwise everywhere would sell it. And I'm like, oh, you just wait. Just wait.
Say, yeah.
And
it's better than ribeye for me now.
Oh, it's phenomenal. And they were just like, oh my God, why can't we get this in Tesco? And it's like, well, you won't get that in Tesco. I said, you need to make friends with your butcher. I said, and the difference is you're not going to get a lot off an animal. So you're going to get a lot more ribeyes, you're going to get a lot more sirloins, a lot more rumps. This is the rump cap. I tried to explain as best I could. But it was perfect. Like, I had a beautiful char on the fat. The fat had the top layer of the fat had the crispness to it, where it was just crispy.
Underneath.
And underneath was just melted in your mouth. It's like phenomenal. So that, even though I didn't cook it, I just overseen. I think that was
notable.
That was my notable cut. I got a lot of enjoyment from doing a cut like that with people who'd never had it before, and then seeing, because I remember the first time I had picanha and like seeing that look in their eye, like, oh my god, like, what is this?
The first time I had it, I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. I had it at
outrageous.
The Brazilian place, the one that used to be on Oldham Street. One of the first Brazilian to eat all you can eat ones. What's it called?
Yeah.
You know the one I mean?
Ben Brazil, wasn't it?
Ben Brazil's, yeah. That was the first time I had picanha there.
I went the other one first time. What's the other one? It's by around the corner from Most House.
It's
like a little bit upmarket, Ben Brazil.
Is it the one that's got the one in Alty now as well? Same as that? The one in Alty's good.
It was number one in Manchester on restaurants for about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I can't really remember. I'm terrible with names, but no, picanha is one of them. I'll always make a bit of a thing when I do it, and I like to. What I need to do is I need to broaden my horizons with it a bit, because when I get a picanha, I make sure that's the side of the show. And I might do a bit of chimney or just some like pickled onions or something, not really have anything with it. But when we just to mention Matty from Banquet, which we'll come to Matty again later on. When we had, did you have his picanha at Sizzle? And he had it on a piece of brioche with some sort of mayonnaise.
Yeah, and then chimichurri.
And then all the thinly sliced picanha, but he chopped it up as well, put it on the bread, and then his chimichurri. And I think he said he put andua in the chimney as well. So he'd mixed andua and a chimney.
You were all right with that. It's top of your spice level.
I do. I do like andua. It is spicy. Yeah. But yeah, it was so good, and I was thinking it's kind of like a picanha foldy. But the bread it did fall to pieces because all the juice and everything just like seeped through into the bread.
Yeah, the bread was nice.
It was like soggy, but that bit at the end was just nice. It just meat juices. No. But yeah, that was my notable cook. I've cooked so much over throughout September at them events. But I think I'll probably come back to these in a later episode. I said that last time, and talk about a lot of the stuff we cook and the stuff that we do.
A proper full episode.
Yeah, because I've got now my job is, now that's over, once the cookout's out of the way, my job is now the 2026 calendar. And I think people will find it quite interesting, actually. I've actually spoke to a few people on a few of the WhatsApp groups about getting them involved next year, because everything that I've got planned, I physically cannot do it all.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be the organizer, manager, whatever you want to call it. So I need to not be stuck behind a grill. I need to be able to make sure that not just that part is the best that it can be, like the whole experience. So we'll talk about that more in a future episode. But I think that's our notable cooks, and your extravagant lifestyle that you've had in London. I'm very jealous.
Misses have gone mad.
Very jealous.
Sending her pictures of Cigardi, fuming.
Right, should we?
Promise, love, I'm having a rubbish time. Cigardi.
Let's jump into the main topic of today.
Main topic.
Yeah, the whole
event cancellation.
Postponement.
Well, postponement. Yeah, right.
We're not in the category of cancelling. The thought of cancelling it, because the conversation was had back to like April.
We had a couple of choices. It was going to be like, we were going to move it a week, move it 2 weeks, or we go back to March. Now, we didn't really want to. Obviously, everyone's put so much work and effort in. We didn't really want to just go, oh, let's just move it now to March. I just feel like,
I think it would have lost momentum.
I just feel like, everyone was, excited about coming, and we all wanted to go, and we've all put in loads of work. So to then move it to March just felt like a little bit of a
kick in the teeth.
Yeah, it just felt a bit rubbish for me, to be honest. So I just want to get it. I want to get it done.
Yeah, we want to get the first one done and dusted out of the way. Not in a sense that we just want to get it out of the way, but like I've been super looking forward to it.
Well, we are absolutely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we had the conversation was to do it the week after, but then speaking to Marty, who owns the farm and all the tents and has organised everything, he was kind of saying, listen, with because he's very used to dealing with these weather things because of the business that he's in. It's something that he has to keep an eye on. It was him who said, have you seen this, like a week before I even announced that it was a problem. He said even the week after might be bad. You're probably better off doing it on the 18th. He said, but the 18th, like it is, when you put these things up, even though he owns the farm and he owns the land, there's licensing issues and health and safety. They're not permanent structures, so they can only go up for
certain period.
I can't remember what the number of days is, but they can only go up for that number of days, and they have to come down.
And also, we're getting into winter now, so we've got to be careful with that as well.
Yeah, look at the weather now.
Yeah. I mean, look, it looks all right, but you can still see the wind. You can still see the wind. You know,
the rain still sideways.
Remember, all Manchester markets and stuff have been cancelled today, so it's not just us. And you know, there's a lot of. I mean, my garden at the moment is an absolute mess because of all the trees and branches and acorns.
I had to go out my box shorts this morning and go and pick my wheelie bin up from down the street.
Yeah, so it wasn't obviously a decision that was taken lightly.
No. And we tried, or I should say, I tried. I did let people know it was on our minds. And we were, you know, I was posting pictures because everyone was posting pictures from like, you know, like your iPhone weather app or like Granada weather app. And I'm like, that's not what you need to look at. They don't look at. The problem was, so for anyone who doesn't know, there were 2 hurricanes over the Atlantic that were coming from the Caribbean. They'd started in the Caribbean. They were moving their way over the Atlantic and they were heading north. Yeah, but it was at a curve. And the problem was they were never ever going to hit us, but what it does, it creates like a slingshot of low pressure. So as they go through that, it kind of they leave like a tail of low pressure and winds, and that's what's hit us now. That's what's caused all the issues down with the marquee. And
no one would have been able to be setting up tents in this.
No,
the wind and stuff. You know, and again, I think people wouldn't have had a good time. We want people to have a good time.
Yeah,
I think it would ruin the experience for everyone.
Well, to put it into context, when you set a tent up. How long are your pegs? About this long?
Yeah.
Maybe 5-6 inches, 7 at a push. They're your pegs, right? You've seen them 4 or 5 foot massive big nails that they put them in with it's a jackhammer with an attachment. It goes and knocks them into the floor. Some of them were pulled out the marquee from the wind this morning. Now, they're put in with a jackhammer. Can you imagine if you've got like 7-inch? Your tents would have been gone.
Tents would have been gone.
They'd have been in the next field.
Plus, as well, vendors who were setting up on the Friday, they've been lucky if they're
And the rain last night.
The next day.
That rain last night. Imagine setting up in that rain.
Yeah,
it would have been absolutely dire.
So obviously, we want to focus on the positives, though.
Yep.
So it's booked for next week.
It's booked for next week. We've gone with next week because the weather forecast looks brilliant. Bright and sunny spells. It's still going to be jacket weather, I think.
Yeah.
Still going to be jacket weather.
I think it was always going to be jacket.
We are in October, but you know, as it stands at the minute, the weather looks good, and we're going to touch wood and cross fingers and salute magpies and whatever else we need to do. Sell our souls to the devil. Make sure it stays like that.
Do you want to go through vendors?
Yeah,
confirmed vendors for next.
Should we mention the ones that are unable to make the second date, because it is a crying shame?
Yeah.
All the people. When I say it's not just lip service, like saying, "Oh, it's a crying shame." Like, we are genuinely gutted because these people jumped on board with our idea that we had. That, you know, not everybody did jump on board with it from the get-go, and
but some of these did.
Some of these did, and we really, really wanted them to be there, and it is a crying shame. And we're still going to fly the flag for them. We're still going to advertise.
Definitely, yeah. So obviously, vendors that can't make it, Daddy Cools. Yeah. Can't make it at the moment, but we're going to sort something out. So maybe you can have some sauces here, just at least for the hot wings.
Yes.
Maybe even you might have some samples here, so people can try them. Because again, I've been using these sauces for probably 8-9 years, and for me they were my absolute favourite as a hot sauce fan. Hot sauce fanatic, maybe.
So it's the hot wing challenge is still sponsored by Daddy Cools, even though he's not going to be here in person. Yeah.
Tribe Apparel, obviously, he's doing all the t-shirts.
Legend, yeah. Andy, really gutted Andy can't be here because
same.
I've met Andy a couple of times now over this year, and he's just a sound bloke. And he's one of those guys who has started a business within this community, but it's a genuine business. He does care about the community. It's not just a.
He's not trying to just make a quick buck.
Yeah, make a quick buck. He's the stuff the designs from his t-shirt. If you've not seen him, go and check him out. Tribe Apparel. I love his designs. Like the animal print, that gorilla one looks really cool.
Yeah.
And he's just a top bloke, a really top bloke. So go and check out his Instagram and his website. If you can support him by picking up a t-shirt or a cap or anything like that, then please do.
Yeah.
But he's done the official event t-shirts, which is a crying shame that he can't be here, but I think he's organised something with Adam from Alfresco.
Has he?
Where he's going to have some stock here, I think.
Okay.
But he's also going to get us all the T-shirts. So we will be flying the flag for Andy, and anything we do going forward, he will 100% be involved in, whether he likes it or not. Unfortunately, Andy, I'm sorry about that. Night. Once you're in, mate.
Smoke and Flame.
Yeah, another one I was looking forward to seeing.
I wanted to try some of the rubs that he's got.
Yeah,
they've got some sort of like Middle Eastern rubs and stuff.
Yeah,
which again for me that'd be really good because I love doing all different types of cuisine on the barbecue. I love doing that. So I was looking forward to trying some of them. Yeah. So that's a bit of a shame that you can't.
It was one of them, wasn't it? Because there was quite a few rub companies going to be here, which is great and fine because there's room enough for everyone. And I think the variation of them that we had, they all had their own little niche. Do you know what I mean? They kind of carved out a little niche in a certain area of that.
Yeah, like Daddy Cool's is hot sauce. You've got Firefly. They've got a variety of different sauces. Yeah. Waz's sauce is more about like all these different types of barbecue sauce, cool barbecue sauce.
Yeah. You've seen the new one that's been announced that's come out today?
No.
It's apricot chimichurri sauce.
That's what you'd like.
I cannot wait. And the only reason I know that is because they were supposed to be here. They came anyway because they had a hotel booked. Yeah. And they went and spent the day with Liam at Catering Butcher. Because Skylar's an apprentice butcher, I think it is. So they went and spent the day with him. He's stocking the sauces and he's showing them around the factory and he got them stuck in. It looked like a pretty cool day. But yeah, that's what I was saying. There was a lot of rub and sauce companies, but they've kind of all carved out a slightly different path.
They ain't all the same. That's the thing. Yeah. So I don't know. Is Harry J's confirmed yet? Don't know whether he's confirmed.
He's not 100% confirmed that he can't make next week, and I'm hoping he can. Because it would just be great to have him. He's a good friend of Liam's. I've met him a few times. He's a top lad. Orby can't make it, which is a shame because I've got a lot of time for Sean, and I really like the fact that it's a UK company in that field. Yeti in general is dominated, that kind of the cooler thing. You've got Yeti, Igloo and Orby, but I think Orby, I mean, he'll be able to say more, and we'll probably try and get him on the podcast at some point. From when I first heard of Orby to now, it seems a lot more prevalent in the UK barbecue community, which is awesome to see. Really good to see. And I've spoke to Sean a couple of times and just seems like a top bloke. So, yeah.
Buckle and Hyde?
Buckle and Hyde.
Bit of a shame, really.
Bit of a shame. They were going to set them up in the marquee, weren't they?
That's a bit of that was something, they were offering something that we didn't really have. Yeah. Which I thought was good. They were offering, obviously, the leather aprons.
And they do a few different other bits and bobs, don't they?
It is quite a shame that they're not coming because we haven't got somebody that's doing that.
So if you do know anyone who does like aprons, give
us a shout.
Old sort of gadgets and things that might be interested in coming and having a spot, but they would have been really good in the marquee because that's where the butchery demos were.
Yeah, brilliant.
It would have fit in perfect.
It really is a big shame. Yeah. And then, I mean, Smoking Corpse was coming as, and obviously not as a vendor, but he was actually coming and doing like a whole hog.
He was going to cook. He was going to order a load of concrete blocks, which were to be delivered this week, and he was going to build a pit and cook a whole hog on it, which I put him. So we've got
I really wanted that.
It would have been so good, like so good.
If anyone wants to cook, a whole hog,
if anyone else wants to do it,
please give us a shout.
But I've never seen it done.
No, I haven't.
I've seen it where you can get them trailer things, don't you? What?
But I think
this was like
he's going to literally
built it,
and he was going to have like between two cages, two wire cages, and then just
flip it.
Oh mate,
it would have been awesome to see. So that's a crying shame, and I really hope that he's able to make the next one.
Definitely.
But yeah, just to see that, and we were going to put him. If any of you guys are coming when you come next week, you'll see we've got an area which is where the fire pit is, which is it's kind of a fire pit that's carved into a small hill, or hillock, whatever you want to call it. And it's got seating around it, so it's got a fire pit in the middle.
Almost like a natural seating area.
And Globaltic are sponsoring that, but there's a little area behind it, so he's slightly higher than where the other vendors are. And the whole idea of that was to put the vendors there who are basically cooking all day and just giving food out like all day. So Matty was going to be there for Banquet 145. Meat Freaks with that huge big smoker, he was going to be there.
Still coming then.
Still coming. Yep. And the whole hog. And kendo grills, because they're just cooking all day.
So yeah, if you're interested in something like that, give us a shout. Because
the good thing about them is as well, like whilst they're doing it, you can just go and chat to them. I mean, you can chat to all the vendors, by the way. Yeah. But that was the perfect area for the guys like with the big unique stuff.
Well, we called it like a content corner, didn't we?
Yeah.
Creators corner.
Yeah.
You know, everyone can get in there, get in cooking on these grills and sort of trying these things out.
Yeah.
So vendors that are still coming in.
Yep.
We got Monolith.
Yeah, Monolith is
Firefly.
a staple for us. Monolith and Firefly kind of go hand in hand for us because Paul and Noel are very good friends, and it's how we got introduced to Monolith in the first instance.
Yeah.
Well, I say introduced. We knew who Monolith were anyway, but introduced to Paul.
So yeah, I mean, we love it. We love Monolith and all the equipment and stuff. You know, it'd be Monolith pit barrel, Ozpig, and also Noel with all of his sauces. We like all. I mean, again, we're happy and we love all that. We love all the Firefly stuff.
Yeah. So,
Alfresco Chapel.
Steve and Adam are coming.
Absolute must.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, Steve and Adam, they were an absolute must for the day, really.
Yeah. I would have been absolutely devastated
so would I.
if they couldn't make it, because this is, although they're coming in a vendor's capacity, I think this is a nice way for them to attend a local event that they can just come and enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they put so much into other people's stuff that they're doing.
Go every event, you know.
Travel up and down the country, and yeah, I'm looking forward just to hanging out with them really and having a pint.
Yep. Catering Butcher. Obviously, Liam's coming anyway.
That was a given, yeah. Catering Butcher. Liam's a very good friend of ours. You know what? One of we're very lucky, I think, in this community because we do have I was going to say a handful, but I think it's more now of butchers that sort of cater to the barbecue community and the cooking and food community.
Yeah, you know, they're like, you know, almost researching these cuts for us.
Yeah, exactly. And they're doing them in a way that are making it accessible. That not only are they saying, "Oh, we can do X, Y, Z," they're telling you what X, Y, Z is. Yeah. And they're also telling you how you can cook it and end up with good results. But Catering Butcher for me has always been the leader in that. From when I met Liam, when I worked at Pig and Pitchfork, he's been the guy that I've been able to talk to. And if I've had an idea, like if I get an idea and I think, will this work? I speak to Liam, and his knowledge has just like really helped on that. Yeah. I've still got one that's in the works, which is the rolled lamb saddle. And we did do it. We did do it in March. We got it and we did it, and it was good, but it needs honing, and that is something I'm going to return to over Christmas, I think, with Liam. But again, that's the thing: create relationships with your butchers, whether it's Liam, whether it's Gav, whether it's Butcher Farrell, whether it's I Devour. Get talking to them. A lot of them are in the communities now on WhatsApp.
Yeah, definitely.
Make relationships with them, and you don't always have to. I know, like we shout about Liam a lot because he's a really good friend of ours, but we also. I think people think, don't they? If you, for instance, we use Liam, or I use Liam, you use Liam, they think, I
use a mixture.
Yeah, like I'm happy
Liam,
to.
My dad.
Yeah.
Either or, I use a mixture.
Yeah. And I think that's how it should be. Don't feel like you're being railroaded. Like
I've used Butcher Farrell.
Yeah.
I've used John Davidson's online. I've used Tom Hickson's.
Yeah.
I've used Village Butcher.
Yeah.
I've used James Briggs. Is it?
Yeah.
I've used quite a few. I sort of spread the love out of.
Yeah, and I think you should try and do that because that's what they're doing as well. Like they're going to help you become a better cook, better barbecue, and increase your knowledge. So yeah.
Ryan, Grilling
Gear. Yeah, still coming.
I believe so.
Yep. So Ryan's going to be coming. He's going to bring a few of his grills. He's going to be doing some crossover stuff with John Wilson, because I know John's doing some stuff for Weber as well on the day. We'll come back to John in a minute.
Yep.
But Ryan's grills, really good grills. He's designed them himself. He's looked at all the other sort of Asado, Santa Maria style grills that are out there and honed it to the kind of thing that, I wish that it did this, I wish that it did that, and he's basically built it. And they're great grills. I cooked on them at his work summer barbecue. And at his house. Loads of fun to cook on. And you'll see him there on the day, yeah. This episode of From the Shack is brought to you in part by Pit Barrel Cookers, one of the simplest, most reliable ways to get into proper charcoal cooking. If you've not seen one before, it's a vertical drum smoker that makes it ridiculously easy to get amazing results. Ribs, brisket, wings, you name it. Hang your meat, shut the lid, and let it do its thing. I've used mine now for about 6 months, and it's still one of the most hands-off bits of kit I've got. They're built, solid, easy to use, and available right here in the UK.
Go about it. Obviously, we just said they're sponsoring the Fire Pit.
Sponsoring the Fire Pit, sponsoring the demo stage for anyone that wants it. So Globaltic is a brand that has supported my endeavours from day one.
Yeah.
I used all different kinds of charcoal. I've tried Big K, I've tried cheap charcoal, I've tried all sorts of stuff. And then I came across Globaltic simply because there was an offer on one of the Facebook groups, and I think I got half pallet, so I had like loads of bags. And it was all fantastic charcoal, all big chunks, nice big chunk, burnt well.
Good for low and
good
slow,
heat.
good for like high intensity heat.
Yeah, and then burnt my way through that over a couple of summers, and then just stuck with it because, you know, I found a brand that just did everything it said on the tin. Went with them, always used them, so I then always mentioned that I was using them, and got to the point where it's kind of, I don't know if you would call it, maybe I am an ambassador, I don't know, I've been on some of their advert things, and they looked after us through the Wild Grill now that I work at the farm, and they're looking after us with the Big Community Cookout. So
yeah,
and they work, I don't know the exact stat, I did put it on one of my stories when it happened. They work with, there's something like live fire chefs in the Northwest out, I think there's 13 of them that were either mentioned or have a Michelin star or got the mention from Michelin, and out of 13, 11 of them use Globaltic. I mean, that says a lot. I'm not saying go out and use Globaltic and only use Globaltic, use whatever you want. I'm just saying I use them because they've been consistent and I believe in the product, and they've been super, super supportive of everything that I've done.
So the next one's obviously Kendo Grills, Meat Freaks, Banquet 1-4. We've mentioned them already.
Yeah,
they're going to be the content corner.
Yeah, I don't think
it's hot corner. So
yeah, they don't really need much of an introduction. I think most people know who they are. Meat Freaks as what was it? I'm going to use that phrase, burst onto the scene. I can hear Roy Keane. Did you burst onto the scene?
Burst onto the
but they've come around this year, and I think there's big things happening. He makes his own pits.
Cool, isn't it?
He does pop-ups. His pits look amazing. He knows his stuff. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to have him there. And I spoke to him briefly, and again, he's just a really nice guy, which, you know, it goes quite a long way in a lot of communities. But I think the barbecue community is like full of nice people anyway. But yeah, he's a nice bloke. I spoke to the lads at Kendo Grills. There was a question mark whether they could make the new date, so I was over the moon when they said that they could.
Yeah.
And then Banquet 1415, definitely no introduction needed. I think everyone knows who he is. He is able to make it again, which is fantastic, because then he flies out on the 14th to the States. Cool. He's going to take part in some competitions in the States, I think, and do some content there. He's still doing the Creators Corner. So if you search back on Instagram, there is a post there. If you want to be booking an hour with him, whether it's on your own, with a group of pals, to create some content, cooking, whatever you want. Once I pick the 4 names, because we're doing 4 people who get to spend an hour with him each, you can create some content with him. We'll supply the meat. You get to cook on the Tagwood Santa Maria grills, which is a pleasure in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
Looking at those, I can't wait to get a play on those after the weekend. Then you need to go and comment on that post, and everyone who's commented on that post will get put into a draw, and I'm going to draw 4 people to spend an hour with him. So
sounds
super cool. And it's just really nice that he's given up his time to do that.
100%. So we've got Waz's Sauce Hut. Again, we've just
speaking about them, and he'll have his new flavour there, which I'm really looking forward to tasting.
Yeah.
That for me is going to work on. Well, it's
just going to be everything, yeah.
Because it's got the sweetness. But
first you think ribs, then you think steak.
Yeah. The apricot vibe on beef or steak's going to be interesting, but because it's got the chimichurri vibe in it, I think it'll work, yeah.
So do I. So then we've got Barbecue Up North, got their own stand there. So John, Ryan will be obviously there as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got Great Northern Spice Company.
Yeah.
Which is a local company. We haven't really, I haven't used their stuff.
Right.
I'm looking forward to doing it. They've got a really good range, and again, the range of rubs is, again, it's sort of like different cuisines.
Yeah.
Which I'm quite looking forward to.
Yeah. I looked at a few of their bits and it does look really good. I really like the branding actually that they've done.
Yeah, I
It
do.
looks cool.
But they've just announced recently that they've got into the Hollies.
Right.
Which
Well, they've
way-
won a lot of awards, haven't they? You know, is it the Great Taste Award things? I'm sure
Okay.
it's them guys that have won it. But I like the fact that it looks like they've looked at the rub market and gone like, where's the holes?
Where's this?
Yeah, where's the holes? Let's do that.
Let me have a little look, right? So just while we're on with that, then, so seasonings and rubs, if it lets me on. They look like they've got a real good selection, and it's all, as I said, they're all like sort of like Middle Eastern, stuff like that. That type.
We've said it also, haven't we? Like with a lot of rubs, you kind of get stuck in your ways of like, all right, I'm having beef, so I need X, Y, Z. I'm having pork, so I've got to use this.
You know, one of the rubs that they've got a great,
Is the Great Taste Award. Yeah.
One of the rubs is a Cape Malay medium to hot curry blend, which is Cape Malay. That'll be like a South African curry blend. So I bet that would be good for something like bunny chow.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do bunny chow on barbecue.
Yeah.
Where they literally hollow out a big loaf and you just put it all into a loaf and then you just scram that.
Yeah.
So
I've not had any breakfast, but I'm
so yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's
like chicken and rice.
gyros, Ethiopian seasoning.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what an Ethiopian seasoning will be. It'll be.
It has spice in it, I'd say, and it'd be a lot like sort of allspice type vibe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I like the sound of some of these Chinese salt and pepper, katsu, a Mexican fiesta, Memphis.
Yeah.
So there's the real good sort of selection from around the world, which I think is pretty cool. Quite like that.
Because I think if you start a rub company, and not that there's anything wrong with going with the like traditional stuff, but it'd be very easy to do a salt, pepper, garlic, a pork for pulled pork rub, you know, a poultry rub. Like, it's quite easy to do that, and again, nothing wrong with that. But I think opening up the door a little bit and going, well, what else can we do? Because
like for me, that's my type of cooking. Like, as in, I like to try new things on the barbecue. Yeah. So something like Ethiopian, right? That'll make me look and right. What's Ethiopian cuisine and what can I do and how can I cook that on the barbecue?
Yeah.
So quite interesting.
No, it is interesting.
Quite interesting.
And I think people also, a lot of people don't think about, which I've started to do recently, is with my rubs. I've started to use them on veg, putting different rubs on veg. And one thing that I have started to do was, you know, Firefly's cherry cola rub, which everybody loves. Popcorn.
Really?
Hey, popcorn. Because I've been trying to eat less, like, sweetie treats.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because like, I've got kids, so I've always got junk in it.
There's always chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate or Haribos, and I just like sit there and nail whilst the kettle's boiling, I'll nail a full bag of Star Mix. So I've been getting like just popcorn, and then I thought, let's try some of that. I put some of that on it, mate. So good.
Interesting.
I think though the problem with that is I ate a full bag of popcorn in like 10 minutes. You know, the big ones.
Yeah, even still, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think it really matters. It's like,
I think it matters.
I didn't eat that.
I think it matters.
No, seriously, it's like a full bag of that would be like having a bag of crisps.
Yeah. But it was delicious, and I was thinking, you know what? What else would be nice?
Why don't you do it as part of your wild grill?
I might do.
You get two colander things, two strainers.
Fill your boots.
2 strainers and just lob them straight in the fire. They'll be popping.
Yeah.
Popping off, mate.
Popping off. It's not a bad shout. Oh, I tell you what I will do. Like we're going back. Should have put it on my Noble Cooks, but I'm going to mention it because I think it deserves mentioning, and I won't remember it next time. So Richard, the craft butcher on Instagram, who hosts the Wild Grill, and he's perfect for it because he's a butcher, but he also barbecues like for event parties and things like that. He like subcontracts his time out, and he knows his stuff. I was talking to him about little snacks to give people when they arrive, because like I've been doing like hot links and slicing them really thin and having different dips and all that kind of stuff. And he said, "Oh, do you know what would really work?" He said, "I can't remember what type of dates they were, but you were dates. So take the pip out of the date and wrap it in streaky bacon."
Yeah,
and grill it, mate.
That'll be just like when people do grilled Oreos.
It was so good.
They do Oreos wrapped in bacon.
Mate, it was.
Have you ever done it?
Oh,
I've never done it, but I can imagine it being really good.
Oh, mate,
an Oreo.
It was delicious.
An Oreo wrapped in.
Yeah. I've seen people do it.
It's like sweet and savoury.
Just sweet, yeah. Just sweet. Yeah, they sweeten the bacon. And I said, do you know what this just misses? A bit of heat, like a bit of hot sauce.
Just bang a bit of paprika on it or something.
Just it was banging. But yeah, anyway, I digress.
Paprika paprika, streaky bacon.
And then dip it in a creamy sauce.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Banging.
So, obviously, on to demos then.
Yep.
So, there's 2 demos that can't make it. Obviously, Shane can't do the...
Shane McBagley was hosting the demo stage, which is a real shame, because he contacted us asking if he could do a demo, and it was like, there's no space. He contacted quite late. There's no space left, but you can host it if you want. I was going to do it, but you can do it. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. I just want to be involved. So it's a real shame that he can't, but he's got another booking on the same day. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll get him in next time. We'll try and get him to do a demo next time. Me and you are gonna have to fill in on the old microphone.
We'll just do it together.
Yeah.
Just jump up there together. All I do, boy. As long as I've got it in yet.
Yeah.
So love logs. That's a bit of a shame because it's something a little bit different. I quite wanted that because of the sort of pizza element.
Yes.
And it's it's all barbecue, isn't it? Pizza, barbecue, and it's all quite the same.
Yeah.
Quite one almost. Almost like a different barbecue genre. So we had a couple of and what we had quite a few different sort of barbecue chefs. So that would have been really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, look.
It's what it is. He can't make it. He can't make it. What I liked about the fact that Love Logs were coming was multiple fuel companies.
Yeah.
So Club Outlet are sponsoring it, of course. My guys. But it's a community event, and it was the thing that we said from the get-go. Look, there are going to be other people doing what you do, but that's what it's about. It's about everyone coming together and not sort of saying, oh, we're only going to use this guy, or we're only going to use that guy. Hence, all the butchers coming together was really nice. And it kind of shows that there doesn't have to be that weird vibe about, it's us against them sort of thing. Like, that is not the case.
Yeah.
So it is a shame. It would have been nice to see them and have a chat, and hopefully next time.
So from a demo stage then, now we've got Grilling Gear, Monolith, John Wilson, Chris Woodfired Feaster, we've got Banquet 1415, and then I think, is Ashley Gardner going to do something?
Yes, so Ashley Gardner's going to come in. She's going to step in because we did lose a couple of demos. So she's going to come and do something on the grill.
Matty's going to do a little bit.
She's very open fire cage. She's done a lot of demos before. She knows her stuff. So she's going to do something pretty cool. Matty's going to step in if needed. If we need him.
We'll make that decision this week.
Yeah, he's going to do he's not actually going to cook. He's going to bring stuff that he's pre-cooked, because a lot of the stuff he does takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So what he'll do is he'll cook some stuff ahead of coming on, and then just doing a talk about Argentinian and live fire cooking, and take a Q&A session if needed. Yeah.
So Butcher's them. Butcher Gav can't make it. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, real shame.
He's doing some really good sort of good beef at the moment. I had some at the
Marcus thing,
and the steak that he done there was really, really good. It's like whole carcass butchery. So yeah, obviously he can't make it. However, obviously we've got Butcher John.
Yeah.
We've got Liam. Yeah. We've got Craft Butcher's going to be there for a period of time. Yeah. And we've also still got Connor Ringrose.
Ringrose, yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll potentially just give them a little bit more time. Yeah. So to fill that one space, we'll probably just give them a little bit more time. Yeah. Or maybe have a little bit of a gap in between, or I'm just going to reschedule it and have a look and maybe see if we can maybe try and not have as much on at the same time. Maybe try and between
breaks.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. So that at some point this week, I'll redo all that. Yeah. Well, that's it really. That's who we've got. Right. Okay.
So we've still got a real good lineup. I think it's probably worth mentioning now, because this is going to go out tomorrow. We're recording this on Saturday. This episode is leapfrogging the Sizzlefest episode, and it's going to go out on Sunday, so that it gives a little bit more of an insight into why we've postponed, and the fact that it was the right decision to make. Definitely. And unfortunately, there has been some casualties to that.
The only thing I would say is obviously there's still Get Bund. I'm not sure whether he's coming yet.
Yeah, we need to speak to
Get Bund, and then I think Jalapenos. Not quite sure whether they're coming yet.
I'll reach out to Jalapenos, and we'll reach out to Get Bund, see if he's there. If Get Bund can't make it, there is a slot. Excuse me. There is a slot for
cooking.
A vendor. But we will say the
We only want one vendor.
one food vendor.
One food vendor that's going to be paid for.
Yeah, that you can come and charge for. The reason being is, and we want to make this very, very clear, you're not going to come and make a shed ton of money.
Yeah.
I'd find it very odd if you didn't leave in the green.
Yeah, I still think they'll make money because, you know, people will still be hungry and, you know, but it is a community event. People are bringing their own food, bringing their own barbecues.
There's demos and people are giving food out. So there is an opportunity to sell. I think what you'll do best in the evening, because I think people are going to come and set the barbecues up when you are camping in the day, and they're going to cook in the day, and then there's going to be food handing out. So you're gonna sell your food. Probably you don't have to get set up early. I'd be setting up to start selling maybe about 2 o'clock onward, up until about 10 o'clock, and I think you'll do all right. And if you wanted to stay over and camp and do breakfast in the morning, I think you will do very well on breakfast, because there are about 60 people plus staff staying over. So you do all right on breakfast. I'm putting it out there. Reach out to me. If you get back to me before I've reached out to anyone else and offered it to them, then the slot's yours. But yeah, we just wanted to be clear that it isn't a case of you're going to come and, you know, it's that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
People are cooking their own food, and there are demos where food's going to be handed out. And now, the reason we want to make this very clear is because we've seen people go to events to set up as a vendor before, and that's been kind of the kick in the teeth. No one told them that there was going to be demos where people are handing food out. But there's going to be 300 people, including staff, on the day. So you will sell some food. In the evening, people are going to get hungry. They're going to have been drinking a lot through the day. They're going to be hungry. You're gonna sell some food, and breakfast is a big one. So yeah, if you've got any interest in that whatsoever, please do reach out to us, and if we can make it happen, we will. I think the other thing is, if you are a vendor in terms of you have a business that is based in and around barbecue, live fire cooking, outdoor living, we do have a couple of pop-up spots that have come available. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free to come. All we ask of you is your time for the day. And if you could possibly donate something to the prize fund or do something cool on the day, like kendo grills, banquet 1415, meat freaks like cooking and, you know, handing stuff out. But if it's not that kind of vibe, if it's an actual product that you sell and you want to have it there and try and sell it, you're more than welcome. All we ask is that you do donate to the raffle prize fund. And that is it, basically. I think we've covered all bases.
I think so, mate.
Yeah. If you are a butcher, there looks like there may be a slot. Probably worth putting that out there.
Yeah, look, if someone's really interested and wants to come and do, I mean, if not, as I said, worst case, we're just going to extend the other slots.
Yeah.
So either or, really. If you're a butcher and you want to do a demo, get up and feel like you can sort of give something back and show people some good stuff, then give us a shout.
I think I'll take this opportunity to shout out to a lot of people on the WhatsApp groups and on the Instagram messages. Kind of felt really bad when it made the call to postpone it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people reached out and said, you know, it's the right call. Safety comes first. People come first. And it was just nice to hear. So thank you to all those guys. And we do have a few comments from the last episode on Spotify. Just to reiterate, if you do comment via Spotify, we will always read your comments out. And thanks to everyone who's tagged us on Instagram, and we've shared on our stories the things that you've been tagging us in and things like that. But if you want a shout out, if you want a mention on the podcast and you want it to be guaranteed, leave comments on Spotify. They will always get read out. So we start off with Richard. He says the fat in the tallow. that was when we were talking about when I rendered down all that beef fat to make tallow when I was doing overnight.
Did that.
Overnight
with a sprinkling of salt.
And there was like loads of like chunks left with bits of meat on, and we just put salt on it. We're eating it. It was absolutely delicious. So yes, I mean, if you ever do that, don't throw them bits away, man. Eat them. Eat them. And then Psydog, he says, "Hi guys, loving the pod. It's Simon, and I was on the butchery and grill course on Saturday from 10 o'clock. Just wanted to say I loved it and can't wait for the 4th of October. Keep up the good work. Currently mid-build of an asado grill. Good times." Yeah, Simon, he runs his own brewery as well, just up the road from here. And we spoke to him about getting maybe some of his kegs here for some of the events that we do. Yeah, it was really good to meet you, mate. And yeah, I had a fantastic time on the Saturday. And yeah, unfortunately, it's not the 4th now. It's the 11th. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you again. He wants to come over and sleep in his camper van, so that'd be cool. Johnboy114 says, fantastic as always, guys. Definitely going next year for the first time. I think that was Metopia.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna regret it. It's opened my eyes. It was my first time this year, and it's opened my eyes big time.
My favourite, mate.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's the best. The best. I don't want to call it a barbecue event because I don't think it was. It's just so happens everything was cooked over live fire.
It's basically
it's a food
top chefs,
top
restaurants
food,
cooking over live fire. Some of them aren't even barbecues; they're just top restaurants.
Yeah. Phenomenal. Recommend it to anyone. And then Steve Lewis says, the live fire stage within the Inner Bailey at Ludlow Food Festival is great all weekend. Sponsored by Cadai, everything is cooked on fire bowls with demos from some top live fire chefs. Shropshire Lad, Mark Black, Hangfire, and more, all hosted by DJ Barbecue. And that's Steve from Lewis's Bar and Grill on Insta. Didn't go, but I did see it on Instagram. It did look really, really cool.
Maybe one for the future, that isn't.
I think it probably is. Ludlow Food Festival. That's not. It wasn't the first time this year, was it?
No, it's been doing it for.
But has it kind of elevated? It seems to have took a.
Well, I think they've done with Lovelogs. They've done the sort of British Live Fire Championships.
Yes,
now. So I think the first one was last year.
Right.
Okay. And then obviously this year.
So that'll be another one to stick a pin in.
Well, the whole thing is, I mean, if you win it, you go to America and compete in America.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
Really cool.
So yeah, thanks Steve for the message, and shout out to Ludlow Food Festival. Hopefully might be able to try and make it next year.
Yep.
One thing I will say, seeing as we're talking about things that are happening here at Millerton Hall Farm, I am setting it up, as I said, for 2026 and a lot of events. If you are a barbecue chef or cook, and you would like to get involved with the things we're doing here at Millerton Hall Farm, I am looking for some help in terms of demos for the events that we do, possibly some of the classes. I've already got some pretty awesome chefs lined up to come and do some specific classes here at the school. Through the winter, we are turning the storage shed into the barbecue school, so we can do it indoors and all year round as well as outdoors. There is going to be a retail space. There is also going to be, which is, I don't think I've mentioned yet, a dining area.
Yeah.
For like supper clubs and things like that. And we're asking people to come and get involved if you want to host something here and you want us to help with that and, you know, use the space, then that is something that we're going to do. So yeah, give me a shout, drop me a message on Instagram and we can have a conversation. But I think that's it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap, brother. So yeah, this was an impromptu one. Glad we was able to do it, to go out tomorrow. And then you'll hear the Sizzle Fest episode in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Or maybe a couple of weeks after that, because it might be the cookout episode after that.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, we'll work it out anyway. But yeah, so keep the
fires lit and the flames
burning, and we'll see you guys on the 11th in person, and we'll see you sometime after that here. Peace.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye. From the Shack podcast is sponsored by Thermapen. Designed for chefs and loved by home cooks worldwide, Thermapen ensures perfectly cooked food every single time. With its unrivaled speed and accuracy, sleek waterproof design, and a 5-year guarantee, Thermapen is certified to perfect every roast, bake, barbecue and steak. Myself and Dec highly recommend Thermapen, as it's the only food thermometer that we use at home as well as when we're cooking at our pop-ups. So cook to temp and not time, and enjoy the episode.